Hello, welcome in everybody. Welcome back to the free trial completionist playthrough. Turn that back on, turn this down. Almost forgot to do that. That would have been a mistake. For my tiny baby with an axe. I managed to do very well getting the Alexandrite. I actually have 55, and that wasn't even difficult. It wasn't like I was working on this all week. I need 75, so I need 20 more. But it wasn't like I was working on this all week. I got all 55 of these in one day. Like, I was so worried about the Alexandrite, worried that I wouldn't be able to get enough of it or in time or whatever like that. But when you stop to think about it, a repeatable quest to just run a single high-level dungeon roulette gets you 5 once every day, plus maps, treasure maps that are 75 poetics a piece get you 5 guaranteed. You get 5 out of every single one of those treasure chests. Like, I can knock that whole thing out real quick. Like, in order to get all 75 of them, you would only need to run some treasure maps. Let's see, 5, 75, 1,000, 1,200, something like that. Poetics, right? And that's it. You just need like 11 or 1,200 poetics, and you could buy all the treasure maps you need to get the whole 75. This was actually super simple. Super simple to get the Alexandrite I needed. What was not so much is the materia that I need. So, the way it's designed, let me go ahead and move this over here real quick so you can see it. The way it's designed is as such that you need 11 materia in order to fill out any particular piece, section, specific materia. Like, you can put 1s, 2s, 3s, and I think 4s as well. So you can put like 44 of a single type of materia, I believe. Hi, lamp. I believe you can put 44 of a single type of materia into the scroll. So let me just bring up the infusion. Here it is. Right? I believe you can put 44 pieces of any one materia in. Maybe 33. I don't remember if you can use 4s. I thought it was 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, because you can use 4s. So you need like 11 of them. And you have to go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, right? So you need like 11 1s, 11 2s, 11 3s, 11 4s if you want to do it that way. You can also mix and match materia, and that can work as well. But you need to have enough to play with. And here's the thing. I don't have 75 or whatever level 1 materias in general, so I can't just mix and match 1s and be done with it. And I don't have 11 of any one particular materia. I've got 10 here on direct hit rate, which is like one of the least useful things for a healer anyway, but I don't care that much. It's a temporary stage on the relic. I'll use direct hit if I want to. You know what I mean? If direct hit's the only one I can get 11 on, I'll use them. But since I don't have 11 of any one particular materia, I can't even get past the 1s, which means all these 2s, 3s, and 4s are utterly useless for my relic right now. If I don't have 11 1s, I can't get to 2s at all. If I don't have 11 2s, I can't get to 3s at all. Right? And so I'm going to need probably at least another week to sort of grind out materia, which is literally just like using my all classes gathering sets, my low level all classes gathering sets on miner and botanist, and going and mining time nodes, which is real boring and real tedious. And I'll do that off stream, and hopefully by next week I'll have enough that I can kind of jumble together a set of 75 that'll work. I can, I think, now make spirit bond potions. Yeah. I know there's an advanced spirit bond potion thing. Higher spirit bond, whatever. I think there's one stage above this, but I don't remember for sure. Where's the, how do you see the high quality version? Whatever. But it needs Battlecraft 2s and Fieldcraft 2s, which are also a pain in the butt. Mistletoe and Vampire Plant that it needs, right? The Mistletoe and the Vampire Plant, I've actually already got tons of because those are both on time nodes, and I did spend a lot of time. The way I got most of this material was I did spend a lot of time in my low-level gatherer gear, just gathering a bunch of time nodes in order to get a lot. But like Battlecraft 2 and Fieldcraft 2, those are not easy things to get. Like these two here are a pain in the butt to get my hands on. So it's not going to be simple. I can buy Spirit Bond. So I can't get myself the high quality Spirit Bonds, but if push comes to shove, I can just buy normal quality Spirit Bonds, and I kind of have a couple of times. I don't have any on hand at the time. Same with like cordials. I think I could make cordials. No, I think I need a higher tier mastercraft book to make cordials. Or I might be able to make cordials, but I can't make high cordials. Actually, I think that's what I was thinking of. I think Spirit Bond actually only comes in one quality or whatever. I can make watered and I can make normal, but I can't make high yet. Okay. But like all of these cordials, I just like bought because I had excess material of whatever it was. Was it Grand Company seals? Or something like that. And so I just spent them on cordials because I didn't really have anything better to spend them on. But yeah, so I'm going to need at least one more week to try and do a bunch of grinding out of spirit bonding and get more materia. These are easy. The last 20 of these that I need I could do real quick for like 300 poetics, which is simple. Right? I've already got plenty of poetics. Doesn't matter. But yeah, so this week, since I need another week to get the relic stuff, the materia for the relic and all that, this week I'm going to focus on getting the rest of my classes, which is something I hadn't really bothered doing because I wasn't getting like all the jobs whenever I wanted them, so a lot of these classes would only be like half useful for most of the playthrough until I unlock their jobs and move them up and stuff, but I think I'll go ahead and get them now. And I can work on pushing some of them up to about 30 so they'll be ready to unlock jobs when I get around to it. Which will give me something else I can do off stream to sort of work on these things. So that's going to be...
cast repel maidens upon thee! But I see another wizard has beat me to it!
Oh my god, Baron. Alright, so yes, today I'm going to grab Gladiator, Pugilist, Lancer, Rogue. I think that's it. Hello, Baron. Yeah, Gladiator, Pugilist, Lancer, and Rogue. And then I'm going to work on the 30 to 50 for Warrior quest line. So I'm going to knock out the ARR quest line for Warrior, so that I can pick up any leftover warrior skills I don't have yet. Push me up to a decent, like, 50-ish warrior so that I can then, like, run some content with warrior if I feel like it. So 14 mobile. Yeah, 14 mobile. I saw that. Let me see if these guys did anything. Oh, regret to report it ended in failure. Again. This is only like the 20th fucking time it's ended in failure over and over and over again because these guys suck. Like, I've given these guys 2/3 success rate, and this is like the 6th time I've sent them on this mission, and they have failed every single time. So worthless. For a moment there, I thought it was a retelling of the 1.0 story, but no, it's a Realm Reborn. You can play on the shitter. Alright, ooh, on the toilet with 5 gig connection. Oh my god. Ooh, on the toilet with 5G. Yeah, like people weren't already like the worst players imaginable. Now we're gonna deal with mobile players. I'm sure that'll go great. Visiting mobile Baomeng while dropping a log. Ugh. Jesus. Yeah, leave that and that. Pretty sure they'll catch your phone on fire. That's the other thing is, Baomeng will be boring. Because I don't think you can put Mare on your phone, so it's all going to be fake anyway. It's not going to be what people actually look like. It's for sure it would share servers. I'm trying to figure that out. Alright, buddy. Give me one of my favorite classes that turned into one of my least favorite jobs. There's nothing behind these doors, pal. Oh, wait, you're really famous. Maybe we should tell you all of our little secrets to a super famous dude. They're like, nothing behind these doors, pal. And then it turns out you're famous, and they decide to tell you about their secret organization. Wait, there we go. My first daggers. Let's get off them, Benny. Use a meddlesome cove. You can now freely enter the Rogues Guild. Yeah, I mean, I'm already kind of dressed the part. I went with this because it's more of a Marauder look rather than the big heavy armors that you'd maybe on a Gladiator or Paladin. This seems more like a Marauder look to me. But this is a very rogue look too. And these share servers, I think it's its own thing. Then I don't know how many people are even going to bother playing it, really. I mean, other than for shits and giggles. Other than for, like, goofiness. They're like, oh, look, I'm going to stream mobile 14, ha 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 ha, for a week or something. And then just be like, yep, now I'm never touching it again. I don't know how many people are going to bother if you can't even play with other players. Like, the other servers, the normal, like, PC players and stuff. Call it now, they'll run a Twitch ad campaign for mobile. Probably. It's pretty close to your old warrior glam. Well, I'm still pretty low level when it comes to warrior, and I haven't been working on the glam like game for my warriors, so I don't have a lot to play with right now. Used it up to level 60. Hey Jack, how you doing? Give me some daggers and some cool skills that I can use, and then please never tell me to go become a ninja. Hey, Ninja's not the worst. Ninja's fine. I rag on Ninja all the time because of what it did to Rogue is my problem with Ninja. Like, Ninja's a fine job, but I don't have any real interest in playing Ninja. Rogue, on the other hand, if it had shaped up to be something more like a Corsair or something cool like that, I would have been much more interested. Yeah. Like, I want to play a Thancred Rogue. I wanted to play a Corsair. I wanted to play a Pirate Rogue. And then the game went, no, 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 but you want to be a ninja. You really want to be a ninja. I'm like, I really don't. You really want to cast mudras. I really don't. That's cool and all. But I don't want to sit here playing like rock, paper, scissors with my mudras. Thanks, I'm good. I just want to be a swashbuckling rogue. which now I fulfill with the delusion that I'm basically a ninja whenever I play. You want to guess mudras? Believe it. Believe it. Oh my god. Now I fulfill my rogue fantasy by going and playing Viper and just pretending I'm still a rogue. Like, the Viper storyline is very different from anything to do with a rogue, and that's really not the lore of the Viper job, but I can just pretend I'm still playing as a rogue by playing Viper. Sort of. It's not exactly the same, but it's good enough. Like, between no, go play Ninja, because that's the actual rogue job, and no, go play Viper instead, my choice is go play Viper instead, and just pretend to be a ninja. Or, not a ninja, pretend to be a rogue. And that's just how it goes. Like, Viper is more what I think a rogue advanced job should be, even though the lore is completely not right, than Ninja is. You kind of ragged on Viper at first, but it's not bad. I enjoy it. Yeah. Like, forget all this stupid mudras and shurikens and all that nonsense. Forget all that. That's stupid. That's dumb. Instead, I'm just a fucking dual blade swashbuckling wielding guy who, like, goes crazy every so often, like a berserk thing. Almost something you might expect maybe from, like, a pirate swashbuckler who can basically just go nuts and just fly out the enemies as fast as possible and slash and hack at them. It's based on Zidane, and he was a thief by trade. Yeah, that too. Yeah, but the lore is still all wrong, Baron. I know, like, mechanically and all that, it was based on Zidane, and he was a rogue. But, like, the lore of Viper has nothing to do with Zidane. The lore of Viper is a very different sort of thing. It's basically just like soldiers patrolling and like bounty hunting dangerous creatures and poaching, not exactly poaching because they're allowed to do it, but yeah, like it's very different. But aesthetically, yeah, I can just play Viper and be like, yep, this is my advanced rogue job. You like rogue with the new changes? Hmm? Yep. I just liked the idea that Rogue was like this shadowy organization that upheld the code, right? This idea that's like Rogue is this organization that works from behind the scenes in the once pirate, now like upstanding kingdom or whatever, to make sure that all the black sails stick by the code and no one's violating it and stuff. Is like the sort of Assassin's Creed thing that Rogue has going on is really interesting to me. Do you have the guts to do a rogue's job? Yeah, rogues are a much cooler concept than the ninjas. Rogues are like 1,000 times a cooler concept than anything they ever did with the ninjas in this game. Which leads to the funniest and, in a lot of ways, saddest part of the whole thing, which is the exact same thing that happened with Paladin. They tried to create this advanced job. Basically, everyone said, we don't give a crap, and then they ended up just sending the story back to the original class. It's the exact same thing. Although I think it went about it a slightly different way. I feel like no one really cared that much about the ninja storyline, at least not too much. It's a fine storyline, but I don't think they got the traction with the ninja storyline that they ever wanted to have with it. So they ended up just going back to the rogues in the ninja storyline. With Paladin, it feels a little different to me because it feels like whoever was writing the Heavensward story for the Paladin thought like no one was ever going to write any further story for the Paladin for the rest of the game's existence. Like, It feels as if whoever they let write Paladin in Heavensward was like, yep, we're resolving the storyline here, and no one's ever going to write any more about the Paladin. And it's like, wow, you cut that storyline off hard at the end there. There was like nowhere to go with that. It's the Japanese games. They're allowed to ninja storyline as a whatever moment. Yeah. Yeah, like, straight up, ninja storyline just doesn't seem all that interesting and didn't gain enough traction, so it felt like they had to go back to Rogue. Paladin was like, whoever wrote that storyline did not realize this was an MMO that was going to go on to continue writing more storyline for like 5 more years after that. And so they're like, well, the Paladins blew its entire load in Heavensward. Where do we go from here? And they had to go back to Gladiator. Yes, they do. Yeah. That's exactly what happened in Paladin. They blew the entire load of like the Paladin's lore and storyline and development in Heavensward, and then they're like, well, what the hell do we do now? And just went back to Gladiator. Like, I think there are a lot of people who say that the Paladin storyline wasn't very good. I think the Heavensward Paladin storyline was a decent storyline, and it was kind of a really interesting development for the Paladins lore-wise. But it completely resolved itself in Heavensward and had nowhere to go. like the storyline started and ended in Heavensward, and there was absolutely nothing more to be done, because by the end of Heavensward, the freaking lore of the Paladin had established that the Warrior of Light was the best Paladin ever, forever, in the entire world, and no one would ever be a better Paladin than them. And it's like, it established all of that in Heavensward. And it's like, did no one bother to tell this writer that this is an MMO, and we're going to keep writing for this story for like 5, 10 more years? Oh, I did not expect to get the sword. Yeah, the clemency meme, though. And then, oh yeah, I still have a bunch of these classes. Oh crap, I deleted a bunch, didn't I? Oh, well, there's Ninja. Let's overwrite Ninja. Unable to update portrait. Yeah, no shit. Of course the portrait's incompatible. For those who don't realize, a lot of this, like, extra stuff that I have now that, like, why do you even have those classes and why are they listed at, like, 500 eye level or 600 eye level is because I just straight up ported over my settings from my main, from Ash. I ported over my settings from Ash, which is not easy to do when you're running characters on multiple accounts, by the way. I had to go into, like, the document settings on my PC, figure out which character folder, because they're literally just a string of, like, 13 random numbers with no name associated with it or anything. Like, which character folder was Ash by, like, playing on him and, like, updating his settings and seeing which files updated on my computer, right? And then, like, copy all of that stuff over, copy and literally paste it into the folders of the other characters that I have. Which, for those who don't know, I did create a couple of new... I did create a couple more free trial characters so that I could use them for, like, testing things and all that later on. So that I would have someone I could use to sort of take and play through certain quests or do certain things in the game that would then be like, well, you've done it now, you can't go back and do it again, kind of stuff, right? And, like, test and make sure how exactly things work before I take no money through them. Alright, that takes care of Rogue. Let's see. Hi, Baron. How you doing? Pat, 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 pat. Aren't you on my friends list? Yes, yes, you are. Why was it not... That was strange. It didn't show your name for a second there until I actually tabbed over to my friends list, and I guess it like updated my friends list. I wonder if that came over as part of the files I copied from Ash. It was like trying to copy over his list of friends, and so it needed me to actually tab over to my friends list to like re-update it and see who my actual friends were or something. Huh. That's weird. Anyway. Gridania. Ulda. Ulda. Put on your old warrior glam. Yeah, it's very similar. Is that it? Can't. Nope. Yep, that's it. I got 1 in Gridania and I got 2 in Ulda to pick up. Gunbreaker. Yeah, oh yeah, you're using that bayonet. Yeah, I used that one too for a long time. Although I see you can jump servers now. I see you can be hopping around worlds again. You still haven't done any of the new patch. No, I've gotten through the MSQ and I've gotten through the Alliance raid. I'm still missing a lot of the stuff from 7.0 that I didn't get around to before 7.1 started. Is what I need to do now. Like, I need to run through Arcadian normal, and I need to run through the role quests and stuff like that. 2 optional, yeah, stuff like that. Stuff that was totally out as part of 7.0 the whole time, but I just haven't done it yet. Because I hadn't finished 7.0 until, like, right when 7.1 came out. I haven't done the raid either, to be fair. Yeah. Lancers Guild. Refine your skills with a polearm. I mean, no thanks. I'm good. Sorry. I don't really play Dragoon. Dragoon's okay. Visually, lore-wise, aesthetically, all that stuff, Dragoon's actually pretty cool. My problem with the Dragoon is much more mechanical than it is visual or aesthetics or any of that. My problem with Dragoon is that I set up my hotbars in sort of a very specific way. In fact, I can show you what I mean. Right here on Warrior is actually a pretty good place for me to show you what I mean. So, this changes a little bit based on the role, obviously. Tanks and DPS is about the same. Healer is very different because they have a lot of heals and very few attacks, so I set up my bars a little differently. But generally, I use 1, 2, 3, and 4 for my attacks. So, like, all of my attacks go here. Things like your 1, 2, 3, your instant casts and OGCDs, but like all of my attacks basically go on like these 12 buttons here. And then 5 is generally for healing, so I'll put potions, things like Equilibrium, Thrill of Battle, anything that provides like healing, basically, I'll put on 5. For my DPSs, like I put Bloodbath and Second Wind here, stuff like that, right? Anything that'll give me health back, pretty much. 6 tends to be gap closers. Oh, I don't need that there. 6 will start with like my gap closer or movement type abilities, things of that sort. 7 tends to be like my ranged attacks if I'm a melee character, like a tank or a melee DPS. If I'm a ranged character, it's often something more like dots. Like on Bard, I'll put my poison and my wind bite and stuff on 7, right? Same with healers. With healers, I'll put like dots on 7. 8 tends to be my buffs. So like just hit this button and I buff myself. 9 tends to be like class specific abilities. So on tanks, it's generally tank, stance, provoke, and shirk. It can change on other ones. Things like on Viper, that'll be like where I put my Enshroud and things of that sort will be on 9. And then here at the end, 12 tends to be like roll action type stuff. Stuff like interject, stuff like low blow, leg sweep. I put my tank's invuln on 12. You know what I mean? Like sort of useful actions that are just kind of a bunch of different things. But generally a lot of like role specific type things, or for tanks, invuln as well. 11 here tends to be where I put mitigations. And for tanks, there's a lot more mitigations, so I put them on 10 and 11. And I even put some over on like 6 as well. If I run out of bar space over here, I'll generally move like extra mitigations over to 6, because you usually only have 1, maybe 2 movement abilities, so I usually have at least 1 open slot here. I think I can move this Shake It Off back over here for now, though. But that's generally how it's set up. On healer, there's a lot less attacks, so my attacks are usually on like 1 and 2-ish is where I'll have my attacks on healer. And then like 3, 4, 5, and 6 will generally all be used for like healer type abilities. Like normal heals will tend to go on like 5. Usually something like instant cast heals will go on like 4. Regen type stuff I'll usually put on like 6, like just so I can be like, whatever class I'm playing, if this action is on this button, then it's probably this sort of action. It might be different specific ways mechanically, but it's probably this type of action. My favorite themes from 9, Zorn and Thorn's theme plays in one of those optional dungeons. I'm still mad it didn't show up. Shadowbringers were people. But yeah, so that's kind of how I tend to set up my bars, which really is just me saying all that to lead into the idea that what be on the docket today. Today is picking up the rest of the combat classes that I don't have yet, and then running through the warrior storyline in ARR, so 30 to 50 storyline for warrior. So all of that is basically just a tangent that leads into me mentioning that, like, I really dislike certain classes because they just really do not play well with my bar setup, kind of thing. And Dragoon is one of those classes. I don't, like, hate Dragoon visually. I don't hate Dragoon lore-wise. I think they're great. I think Dragoon looks great. I think its lore is really cool. I think all that's cool. But Dragoon has like 50 fucking attacks. You know what I mean? Like, half of the actions on Dragoon are I deal X amount of damage to the enemy. Right? It's just straight up, I'm going to hit the enemy and I'm going to deal some damage to them type attacks. You know what I mean? They have like 15, 16, 18. I know 50 is like me overblowing this and playing it up for laughs or whatever, but realistically they have like 15 or 16 that are just straight up like, I'm gonna spear the enemy and deal X amount of damage to them while just standing there. I'm not even talking about jumps. I put Dragoon's jumps on completely different buttons. I'm talking about they're straight up just like, I'm gonna do a normal action with my pole arm and deal damage to the enemy. They have like 15 or 16 of these. I have 12 slots on my bars that I use for attacks, and Dragoon takes all of that and then some. Like, Dragoon pisses me off because I end up having to move actions to places where I do not put them on any other class. And so it feels very weird and awkward to try and remember where my attacks are on Dragoon when I'm playing it. That is straight up the reason why I like don't really care to play as Dragoon. It's one of those types of classes. There are a couple of those. I think there's 1 or 2 other ones besides Dragoon that has this same problem, where it's like you don't have enough varied actions and you like have dumped your entire fucking class identity into like one type of action, and I literally don't have enough room on my normal bars for those actions to go where I want them, right? It's like I don't have enough room on my bars to fit those actions where I would normally on any other class put them, and so I need to hunt and peck around while trying to remember where I put these actions on when I play that class. Um, I don't think I run into this problem much with Machinist and Samurai. I don't think I do. I think I have Machinist and Samurai mostly figured out. But again, remember, I separate out like specialty attack type stuff somewhere else. Like 9. 9 is where I tend to put like class specific type abilities. And so a lot of Dragoon's jumps and things like that are on 9. I'm talking about even after I've filtered out all the weird like specialty class abilities Dragoon has, they still have like 15 just straight up, I'm going to stab you with my lance abilities that just don't fit on my normal attack section, right? So once I separate out like specialty class type abilities, Machinist and Samurai generally have enough room to play with normal attacks where I want them. Because I separate out a lot of like the more weird Machinist or Samurai stuff onto their own like specialty bar areas. But yeah, even after I've filtered out like non-standard attack type Dragoon specialist stuff, Dragoon still has too much shit for me to put where I want on my bars. I have enough room. I do have enough room on my bars to fit everything I need for a Dragoon, but I have shit in some of the weirdest positions that like I would never think to hit that button for that ability. Because if I were playing literally any other class in the universe, I would never have that ability anywhere near that particular button. Or I would never have an ability like that anywhere near that button. I could sometimes run into sort of similar stuff with Blue Mage, but generally Blue Mage abilities fall into specific types of categories and I can filter them pretty well. Because Blue Mage can have like way too many abilities that can go into like one section, but realistically none of the major like end game none of the like major end game type builds you use on Blue Mage have too many of any one particular ability. So I generally have enough room to sort of put those skills where I want them. They have a hard cap of 18 actions total. Yeah, but that's not really the problem, Chrome. It's like, that's not really the problem. The number of skills themselves is not the problem. It's the types of skills, is what I'm saying. I put specific types of skills in specific places on my hotbars so that even when I switch between 5 different classes, if those classes all happen to be melee classes, then I can generally expect that my same types of abilities are in the same location all the time. I may not do as great DPS the second I switch over to a new class, but because I position things in my hotbars in very specific sorts of areas based on the type of skill, I can generally know, like, okay, now if I hit this button, then I need to hit this button next, then this button next, on, like, any class. Like, my 1, 2, 3 is always going to be on 1, 2, 3. My AoEs are always going to be on the 1, 2, maybe 3 of the second bar. Stuff like that, right? So it's like, I know where to go, even if I just quickly switch over to a class I haven't played in like a year and a half. I generally know what buttons I'm supposed to hit because I position them that way. That's my problem. I don't think I've ever run into a problem where I don't have enough buttons straight up across my 3 hotbars to put all the things a class can do on those hotbars. It's always just a matter of like, well, this class has way too much of this type of ability, so now I have to move half of them off to some weird-ass button I'll never think to push if I go 6 months without playing this class and then suddenly want to change to it. Dragoon and Machinist had too many damaging off-globals. Too much to juggle on too small a hotbar. Kind of. Kinda. In a lot of ways, my problem with Dragoon is some of them are off globals, but in general, it's just like all the different little spear attacks. Not even counting his jumps. Not even counting his jumps, just all of his little spear attacks. There's just too many of them. There's more than 12. I have to end up putting them in weird positions that I would never think to press. When I go 6 months to a year without playing Dragoon, then switch over to Dragoon, I have to like take an extra 20 or 30 minutes to try and relearn where the hell I put everything. Not the issue as much being a clicker. 100% understand the pain, as I have a friend who has to use macros to condense his buttons just to fit it all, and illegal things to combine Yeah, there's that too. The combo combiner things. You don't generally have to do that as much these days because they built some of that into the game, but one thing I have noticed is that even though they started to build some of the combo, like single button combo type stuff into the game, they're being way too like weak about it. The developers are being way too much of babies about like the comboing action stuff that they started introducing into the game. Yes, they've started doing sort of like PvP-esque comboing ability type stuff, ability chaining into the game, and that's cute and all, but there's like 20 actions on every character that you could easily add it to that they just haven't added it to. Stuff like the 1, 2, 3. Like, every single melee class should have like their 1, 2, 3 added to a combo. And you know what? It's like, oh, but this branches off and you can use another ability. Fine. Then put my 1, 2 into a combo and then put these as separate abilities. Or, you know what? Put my 1, 2, 3 into a combo and just put this as a separate ability and I'll choose which one I want to use. Like, their touch is too light. Like, they're too afraid to do any comboing actions, really. And so, like, every class that could easily have 5 or 6 combo actions easily, everyone would choose to combo, like, 5 or 6 of these actions, will have, like, 1 action that combos on them now. And it's like, the very first thing they need to do is fucking add, like, 10 more combos to every class. Because they're way too, like, skittish about touching your buttons and comboing them together as developers. I'm like, no, you combo the shit out of those buttons and let me decide what to do with it. Get you remaining than this Shgoom with its fucking 9-button auto combo. They're gonna have to with mobile. Yeah. Like, I would much rather the developers have a heavy hand when it comes to action chaining and then just leave in the option that they already have put in, which is we as players can tell the game whether we want it to chain. Like, they've already introduced a system where you can come in here, like how I can click on this upgrade here. They've introduced another system which isn't shown here anywhere. That's weird. I thought Warrior had at least one ability that chained, but maybe since I don't have it unlocked yet, they don't have it listed. I don't know. Anyway, they have a system already built into the game where they'll have another button just like these upgrades underneath, which is like auto chain actions or combo actions, or I don't remember what it's called, but it's a button you can press and be like, yes, chain these together, or unclick it and be like, no, don't chain these together. And then you can manually choose to put the actions back on your bar. So I would much rather the developers have a heavy hand when they're dealing with chaining actions and be like, yeah, we're just going to chain fucking everything this class has together. You'll have like 6 buttons on your bar and that's it for this class. And then let me decide whether I want to split any of those up or not. The memes being made for 4T mobile are on point. All the mobile ads remade for 4T mobile. So it is, yeah. One of the first things I did was find one of these like gotcha games remade with 14 on the cover, right? With like Graha and Emmett Selk as like characters that you could pull or whatever sort of thing, right? It was a gotcha meme remade with 14, and I immediately sent that off to Luco because she plays all those fucking games, man. Luco's constantly playing, like, Genshin and, Zenless. I don't think she plays too much Zenless, but there's, Whoa! What did that just do? Wow, that just deleted, like, all your stuff. Oh, I see. It's because you tried to link something. Oop. Oops. Let's go ahead and untime you out. Oops. You tried to link something from Blue Sky without permission. I'm sure it was just a... yeah. Now I know for next time. Yep. I used to do Summoner's War. Ugh. Have you seen the one that remakes, like, all of those terrible, terrible garbage, like, not even real-time strategy, but literally those, like, oh, we need you to save our kingdom with the fantasy girl with giant tits bouncing, right? And it's like, we need you to save our kingdom, and they put the tits all over the frickin' ad for it, and then you, like, click on the game, and it has nothing remotely sexy about it, and it's this garbage, like, city builder type nonsense from the top where you're like, yes, gather our forces and go off to war, and oh, by the way, you're gonna have to wait 5 hours to do anything unless you buy a bunch of crystals from us for real money and shit like that. Like, those terrible ass games, you know what I mean? They remodeled one of those ads with, like, Minfilia. I mean, she doesn't have her tits all over the screen. It's just a picture of Minfilia, but she's like, everything's fucking burning, and then it shows in the background, like, the city builder thing, and shit's on fire, and Minfilia is just like, help us, please! Yeah, they've been doing a lot of those, like, mobile game jokes about it. So Markiplier play. We're fucking under attack. Play for... yeah, that one. That's the one. Yep. We're fucking under attack. Play for free. And it's one of those shitty games in the background with the city burning. And then Minfilia on the front screen is like the fucking big-ass titty lady being like, please play our game. Blah, blah, blah. All of those terrible fucking ads for games. Well, Med Adventurer, do you want to pokey poke? Yes, I want to pokey poke enemies. Yes, I do. You know, I actually don't think I remember a single syllable of the Lancer questline. Barrett's too many freaking points. That's it. I'm taking away all of Baron's points. Oh god. Okay. That's okay. That's it. I need a command so that I can delete all of Baron's freaking points. All of them. You're not new here. Don't make me smack you over the back of the head.
This is fine.
Yep, perfectly fine. I am not new here. I am new here. Hi, newbie. Yep, totally new here. This is a bit... Evie. Oh, man. Eh, boy. Eh, boy. Uh-huh. Super funny, Baron. Ow. Infinity points. And I believe Baron's a mod, which means he probably just secretly goes and redeems all of those points for himself as soon as he uses them, so he can blast me in the next stream, too. Actually, he doesn't need to do that. I'm sure Baron has tons of points. Baron's always here, pretty much. I'm not even bothering to read any of this. Like, I'm sitting here saying that you don't refresh most of your points. Yeah. The resolve to wield the lance. Pokey poke in the booty butt. Yup, I have the resolve to that. I do refund other people sometimes. I'm just sitting here telling you guys, like, I don't remember one iota of the Lancer storyline, and then I proceed to not bother to read anything this guy has to say. Just like, give me the friggin' pole. Look, I got a stripper competition later tonight, and I need a pole. Just give me the class already. I don't care about your lore. Just give me the friggin' class so I can get a dancer pole. Lancer quest. Lancer keeps saying you're not brave enough, trying to get you murdered. Was there someone like that in this quest line? I mean, there's someone like that in the Archer quest line. I do remember one of the Archer, like, trainer guys is basically a piece of shit. It just constantly talks about how you don't deserve to be an Archer and all that nonsense. It's like, will you just shut the fuck up already? No one cares. Lancer, Conjurer, and Archer quest lines. Fuck Redania. Yo. They all have pieces of garbage who are just like, you don't deserve this class. It's like, shut up, no one cares. Cool. Now I have my stripper pole. And in fact, doubly so, because as soon as I equip it, boom! They just spear this into the ground and put on a show for you guys. Oh my god. Lancer guy keeps fucking with the challenges to make them harder. Oh yeah, there was something like that.
I would cast Repel Maidens upon thee, but I see another wizard has beat me to it.
Let me just default these out. This is the problem with importing over settings from another character. A bunch of stuff bounced around, and a bunch of stuff happened that I didn't really need to have happen, but oh well. Like, I had a bunch of settings that, like, I would never make use of because I imported over the settings stuff from Ash. And it's like, I can't even use half these classes. Oh, look, all of my portraits are different now. It's like all this stuff that I just need to rework. It's both that everyone's an asshole, but also the Gridanian government is full of racist dickheads. That too. At least I like the way Gridania looks. I will say that. Like, when it comes to the 3 city-states, Ul'dah is by far my most hated of all of them. Like, I despise Ul'dah. Ul'dah is crap. I don't like the aesthetic of the desert city in general, and then add on top of that all of the crap that's going on with Ul'dah's corruption and the stupid government and all that garbage in Ul'dah, and I'm just like, wow, Ul'dah is complete, utter trash. I don't want to spend even a single second here. At least Gridania looks cool. It's pretty, but, like, everything else about it sucks. That's why it's a pirate's life for me, baby. Every damn time it's a pirate's life for me. Gladiator. There's actually 2 here, right? Yeah, Pugilist is the other one. Ul'dah's late-stage capitalism, Gridania is tribalism, pretty much, and Limsa is just really untrustworthy and loves breaking treaties. Yep. Ul'dah's my home, and it's improved a lot since ARR. That's scary. Like, if it's improved a lot since ARR, then that's... Wow, it must have been real bad. No, I mean, yeah, I'd play through ARR, but, like... it's so bad. Purple Place. It's improved the most out of the 3 city-states. Has it really? Issues are caused by Limsa being shit and breaking promises. Yes, I get that. I'm not saying Limsa's government is great. They're terrible. But at least Merlweb is a lot of like, yeah, I know I'm shit. What about it? Everyone else tries to pretend. They're somehow not trash. Oh, look at all the lore of this class that I'm not reading. Started pretty good besides actively antagonizing the beast tribes and other pirates. They basically solved all their problems in post Shadowbringers. Yeah, there is that. And in a lot of ways, you're talking about how like Old Daw has become a lot better since ARR. And I'm not gonna say Old Daw hasn't become better at all since ARR, but like a lot of the Old Daw is a lot better since ARR. I feel like is mostly just that we spend less and less time there as time goes by. Like we literally every expansion spend less and less time in Old Daw, which I think is the only real solution to making Old Daw a better place. Because the government refuses to change and the government is the problem, and it's like, well, it's gonna be shit then. You wish to study our arts? Not so much. Yeah, 14 death note in the names of all the monetarists. Exactly. Like, the monetarists are so deeply ingrained into the nature of Ul'dah that any attempt we ever make to try and get rid of them fails every single time, and literally you can never make a good version of Ul'dah with the monetarists still around. There's no version of Ul'dah that I will personally like where the monetarists are still a thing. The Syndicate, to some degree, maybe. There's one or two decent people on the Syndicate, but that's sort of a symptom of a bigger problem. The monetarists and all that stuff's like, meh. Whatever. Lawless Corruption was basically Saturday morning cartoon shit, but now the Sultanate and the Kings of Capitalism actually work together to balance the wellness. That's the biggest shit. Murdered. First time as a Lala. This is the first Lala character I ever made, but I've been playing him for months now. This is not me like picking up my classes at the very beginning of the game. I've been playing this character for a long time, and he's in post ARR now. So I got tons of time into this character. Thought you were new? Yeah, no, not really new. See, I've got a friggin' scholar that's already fully leveled because I just spent so much time not progressing past ARR, and a warrior, which is what I'm doing today. I'm doing the warrior quests today, but I'm picking up all these classes first. Boop. Tiny naked. What the hell is wrong with this game? Something is seriously wrong with this game. I was looking at some of my stronger classes earlier, and it was trying to remove eye level 90 rings to put on like level 43 rings for me. And now it's trying to pull off my brand new ring, which has a nice bonus for low level characters, to put nothing on. I think the game's coding has gone crazy. I think the game's coding has gone insane recently. Like, something's broken behind the scenes at the moment, I think. The only Ul'dah merchant you see in Dawn Trail and is highlighted immediately rips off a Bella practically 2 steps off the boat. God damn it. Brand new ring is bugged. It's checking main stats, not sub-stats, and even that's weird. Yeah. Alright, one more to go. Pugilist, yep. Punch Man. Punch Man. That's another class that I like aesthetically and even really kind of like the lore for, but I don't really play that much. That's actually right outside the old Aetheryte. A speed run on this game is a challenge run? No, I've never done a speed run on this game, that's for sure. I enjoy spending way too much time doing way too many little things, so... Literally hasn't changed since AR. The Pajali still treat Duskrites and Keepers of the Moon like shit, and even during the Apocalypse kind of send doubles down on appeasing the elementals to the active tetra. Alright, last of these classes to pick up. Greetings and welcome to the Pugilist Guild. Are you going to... Fuck, I hate that it defaults to no. One of the things I absolutely want my plug-ons back for. So I can at least have it auto-default to yes and ignore them. Which is literally tripling down on the elementals, and it's just supposed to be okay because the elementals did something once. Yeah. The elementals did a thing eons ago that no one cares about anymore. We better make sure we never do anything to... Hate the pugilist quest the most. Pugilist quests are okay. I don't love them. I don't really hate them. This whole Hammond thing is the... It's better when you upgrade to monk. So you can hang out with the Hulk Hogan brother. Guy. What I love is the fact that, like, that guy was, I think Alamegan, right? And so, like, he'd have a very specific sort of accent, but I never gave a shit, not once, across the entire Monk storyline. Every single stage of the Monk storyline, I made your trainer buddy sound like Hulk Hogan every single time, and it was great every single time. Like, I don't want to make him sound like Raubon and all the other Alamegans. He's Hulk Hogan to me, and he's always going to sound like that. My monk trainer dude. Just always voiced him that way. What is this? What's this lag spike going on here? And why was that? That was nuts. It's a pretty long lag spike there. Is it still going to try and tell me to take the ring off? Yeah, no, I'm not taking the ring off. I'm ignoring you now. Stupid ass thing. There we go. Can't get that. Oh, wait. Oh, interesting. I have a black mage here. Oh, I should double check that then. There we go. Reset this with Thaumaturge. Again, I copied over character settings from my main to, like, rearrange my UI and my HUD and my settings and all that stuff. But it also copied over a bunch of character settings that I didn't really care to copy over, but here they are now. Nothing else I can kind of reset. Actually, I could do it with White Mage. Do I really not have a single cane at all? Did I delete my last White Mage cane? Or my last Conjurer cane for some reason? I think I did. Oops. Well, doesn't matter. I never play that one anyway. I'm using Scholar instead. Alright. Back to... Warrior. Your opinion on Dark Knight quests, if I'm top... Yeah. Yeah, the Dark Knight quests are some of the best written ones in the game. Especially right out the gate. The Heavensward Dark Knight ones, like, not even Heavensward ones. No, actually, I think those would classify as ARR because they're from 30 to 50. But yeah, the first set of Dark Knight quests is, like, the best. But pretty much all the Dark Knight quests are really good. Alright. East Lenosha. Let's get started right away. I mean, you know, after I've already spent an hour in the game. Let's get started. I definitely will want to have Dark Knight once I get there. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to move too quickly to get Dark Knight because of the fact that I have job limitations in place as part of this challenge. And because I already have a tank, I don't want to, like, spend one of my rare job, like, allowances on another tank until I've got a couple more classes. But I will get Dark Knight fairly early on. I think the next couple of classes I'm going to unlock will probably be Red Mage and Machinist. Because I have a tank, Warrior. I have a healer, Scholar. So I think the next two I'm probably going to go for will be Red Mage and Machinist. And then maybe I'll go for Dark Knight after that. But we'll see. I don't think I'm going to care to push this to Ninja at any real point. Maybe eventually, but I'm probably not going to play it. Or that to Dragoon anytime soon. So those can wait until much later to get the job unlocks. Monk, maybe, eventually. Yeah, I might want to do Monk. Shoot, maybe I should level Rogue. I don't love Ninja, but it's one of the few that I actually care to play that much. I don't really play Monk. I don't really play Dragoon. I do sometimes play Ninja. It's not my favorite, but maybe I'll just wait for Samurai then. Maybe I'll just wait and get Samurai instead. It's not as cool as Rogue and Ninja, the double blade and all the cool flippy spinning actions and stuff like that, but at least you don't have to juggle the dumb stuff that they add on Ninja with Samurai. It's a different playstyle and I think a little easier than Ninja. So maybe I'll just go with Samurai. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, the next two I think will be Machinist and Red Mage. And then honestly, maybe I'll go for Blue Mage after that. It's a limited job. I can use it in very limited number of places, so I'm a little hesitant to spend one of my job allowances on it too early. But I don't want it to also be like the last job that I unlock way later on, because there's a lot of stuff to be done with Blue Mage, so I should unlock it somewhere in the middle, like around somewhere in Heavensward. I should probably unlock Blue Mage. Alright, idiot. Teach me. Inner Beast. Yeah, instant. Beast gauge when landing name or storm path. Okay, yeah. Teach me, dummy. With your training, deciphering the ancient chronicles of my people, blah, 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 blah. It's a demanding task. Well, yeah, especially for an idiot like you who can barely read. Somewhat preoccupied, a comrade of mine from my days in the company of heroes asked me to do a favor. I forgot he was supposed to be company of heroes. He mentions it like right now and then never again. I forgot he was company of heroes. On a hunt for mysterious feral beasts terrorizing small folk. I mean, that sounds like anything we do as marauders. Let's go. Pursue the beast is time I have not spent studying the chronicles. Yep. He's deciphered one passage. An ancient set of armor forged by his ancestors in the flames of the seven hells. Describe the same arcane incantations that adorn the soul of the warrior. He's already talking about the armor set? That's interesting. This seems a little early to be talking about that. We are the apprentice, sent one man driven by rage and vainglory, cast all 5 pieces from Abelathia's highest peak. He threw him off a cliff of a mountain. There's the whereabouts of the missing artifacts. Yeah, he's talking about the artifact set. Decipher the text together. Nope. I would have liked you to meet him. I'll meet him eventually. A little spinner. Maybe that my brother has chosen a similar path to mine, but I've rambled long enough. Here for the next step in your training. Southern reaches of Thonolin and Sagoli Desert, godforsaken wasteland of Mount. Yeah. Leviathan of the Dunes lurk, a sandworm of gargantuan proportions. Okay, go kill a giant sandworm. You tribe that inhabits Forgotten Springs is wise to the movements of the denizen. Oh, yeah, is this where we go hang out with Uad Noon? No, I speak with residents, though maybe I spend some time with them. For some reason, my control key is not bringing these to the forefront anymore. I don't understand why. You're supposed to be able to hold down control, and all aetherites will basically jump up off the map to the front, where you can make sure you're clicking on them rather than some random quest or something. And for some reason, my control key is occasionally doing it, but most of the time not. And that's the weird part. If it wasn't at all, I'd just assume control's broken or a keybind is broken somewhere. But it does it once in a while and then never does it otherwise. Alright. You tribe. Stands 3 miles high, he does. It stirs up sandstorms with each writhe and wriggle. Okie doke. Ugoramuldi? That's a hell of a name. Fine at the dunes. Some not a week ago, preying upon a group of merchants south of Byregot Strike. Okay, so I do have to interact with you at noon, right? No. Ukubatia. Particularly sensitive to vibrations of the earth, such as those made by running. If you're looking to summon the beast. Yeah. Walk without rhythm. Oh, I forgot that they did the, like, walk without rhythm. Or you will summon the beast type stuff out here. It's so stupid. Slay this giant sadwab. Oh my god, my dragon landed and made rhythm. What a weak enemy. Although, again, I am level 50, so it's not surprising. Although my gear is not. My gear is pretty underpowered. Words of ages past have borne witness to... Yeah. My gear is like a bunch of mid-40s pieces. And my axe is like a high 30s. Like, I didn't bother to make myself a 50 set for warrior yet. But, oh well. I'll worry about that once I can make, like, the eye level 110 stuff. Well, even then, that's going to be a pain in the butt for warrior. That's going to require a bunch of items that I can only get from, like, doing the alliance raid and that sort of stuff. Crystal grows ever stronger. Raging sandworm, beast within you, slowly but surely rouses to wakefulness. Methinks you will find yourself capable of movements heretofore unfamiliar with you. Yep. Boom! I'm soaked all the way up to my nips. Please let me get out of this stupid water for a while, Curious Gorge. Inner Beast. Is that infuriate? There's Inner Beast. Okay, now I can actually do my attacks. Good. Why does that seem so large? It's because it is. That's why it seems large, because it's overly large. What's next? Mithril Tempest. Nice! I get my second freaking AoE combo. Very good. You've been anything but idle in your training since last... I mean, I haven't done anything with my training since last we met, but sure. I've gone all the way up to 50, so, you know. Each hour I spend poring over the ancient text, an hour not spent honing my skills. Yeah. Chronicles will yield something of use. So last night I discovered how the warriors of my tribe came to be shunned by the outside world. People's prowess with the axe, the armies of the city-states began to incorporate similar techniques in their own training regimens. Self-same techniques I have been instructing you in. Ones which call upon the inner beast. Consequences were dire. Their soldiers became nigh on unstoppable, but they also became wholly uncontrollable. Yeah. So a bunch of armies training with warrior-type abilities, but without the warrior's, like, tradition of willpower and discipline and all that stuff. And so they just made a bunch of crazed warriors who all just started hacking and slashing at everything. Was there by trading did my brother hit at this dark history? And by myself ever seen one of my tribes succumb to the rage? Tales or falsehoods? Nope. In the right mind would seek solely something so pure. Yeah. So weak, so utterly bereft of pride is inexplicable. I refuse to believe it. There's not if these claims are groundless. If they prompted my tribe's art to fade into obscurity, then the damage has already been done. Oh well. Lose myself in the history. So the loose and a toss of pawns of salt on the wound, fell creatures that appear to be its minions have been wreaking havoc on the innocent residents of Wineport. Okay, go to Wineport then. Oh, actually, this is the one that, yeah. Where he's like, could it be that they lie about our ability to just lose ourselves to our inner beasts, and then we proceed to go to the next quest, and he immediately loses himself to his inner beast? Hello there. It's like, bam, right in front of him. Hi. Much obliged for your aid. The fiends come relentlessly, and what few able-bodied men we have find themselves hopelessly overmatched. Oof. Okay, then. Fences to us. We'll secure the western gate. You defend the town from the east. Together we'll form a bulwark not a single fiend can penetrate. Driven back, we return back here to back up the captain. Sure, why not? There's the actual... Oh, it's actually out here. I should make myself a 50 set for Warrior. I'm basically just holding out because I know there's another set coming. Like, eventually, I will be able to make the 110 sets. And at that point, I'd probably want to make one of those for my Warrior instead. But the 110 sets are also a pain in the butt because you need a bunch of stuff that you have to, like, go out and farm, like, from the Crystal Tower raids and things like that, right? Or, like, high-level dungeons and things of that sort in order to craft the 110 sets. So they'll be a pain, but I'm kind of still hesitant to craft a set for my Warrior until I get the highest, the 110 set. Alright. These long, boring surveys... No? No dash? No dash yet. Still more than powerful enough to deal with you idiots. And these worthless animal hides. Oh, cool. Another set of enemies. I love just dancing around the stupid cleaves. Just like, oh cool, they're covering the ground. Here, let me just move an inch this way, an inch that way. Who's next? Get whacked, idiot. Let's switch over to this one. So I'm doing more focused damage on him. Does this one even have drop off? No, all nearby enemies. Okay. This darn raptor trying to like walk right over towards me so that he could like walk into my AoEs, but luckily I'm done. We done? We're done. Yeah. How you doing, Curious Gorge? Have you gone insane yet? You have your skills yet? I just heard a scream. If you're one of the beasts, might it be loose in the village? Just tomahawk an axe into him. Buddy, you good? Come too closer. Sure, bud. Tiny little potato movements and stuff for these cutscenes is hilarious. Oh, no, wait. They want me to talk to the captain first. And I'm possessed, but mistake him for a very beastie hunts. This child's parents have been feeding her a few too many ghost stories for her own good. Speak to the villagers and clear up this mess. Yep. Like, that wasn't even scary. That kid is definitely raised on some bullshit lies then, if that kid thought that was scary. He didn't even really lose control. He was just, like, raging a little and killing the enemy. Like, that's just standard barbarian-esque type fighting. If the kid's scared by that, then that kid's a pussy. This kid is not ready for the real horrors of this world. Reaction to a situation for which I was completely unprepared. And I was in complete control of my inner beast, and I realized that to the layman's eye it may have seemed that, well, the opposite was true. This meant apprehension that lent weight to the lies which led to my tribe's disgrace. Yeah. Your soul crystal, it sparkles. And again, I'm going to have to show it off while standing freaking neck deep in water. Let's continue my studies and you continue your training. It will be nice to actually have a 50 warrior. Not just level 50, but like all the skills for a 50 warrior and all that. But then I need to get myself a nice set of armor for him. And again, that's not till like I get the 110s. I could make an eye level 90 set, I suppose, for my warrior. I'd rather wait till I have the 110s, even though it's going to be more farming to craft a set for him. Looking the part. Searching for ancient relics. Oh, we're up to the actual like artifact armor set at this point. I have some exciting news. I'm going to send you off to gather a set of armor that you don't like, you don't care about, you don't like the look of, and you'll never wear again. Oh, and BT Dubs, I'm going to force you to equip it before you talk to me next time, too, just to be even more of a pain. Like, a set of armor you don't give a crap about in any way, shape, or form because it's garbage. It's only really good for glam, and I never want to actually have a glam that looks like a warrior. In fact, whenever I'm playing warrior, I design a glam that looks like it could fit a warrior, but is not in any way, shape, or form ever using a single piece of actual warrior armor. Because I hate the barbarian, berserker, big, giant, fucking wow pauldrons on my arms and stuff look. I despise that look in every way, shape, and form. Like, it's my least favorite of all of the stupid, like, fantasy RPG looks of all is, like, the warriors out design. Boulder Down, Camp Tranquil, Parada's Peace. What is Parada's Peace? Onwin? Horizon? Okay, that's Parada's Peace. I see. Kurthus, I guess I'll go to first. Like, of like all the fantasy aesthetics, warrior barbarian like berserker style is probably my least favorite visual design. So like every single warrior glam I have ever put together in Final Fantasy XIV has not used a single piece of warrior specific armor because they all look terrible. They're all like big and bulky and spiky and lopsided and just look like crap. Actually, I may have used one piece of warrior-specific armor for one glam at one point. Maybe it was Shadowbringers? I don't remember. I think there was... I think... I cannot remember this for certain at all, because it was like... It would have been one single point in the entire game. And that would have been one of the later armors. I think I might have used, like, one part of, like, a glove from one of the later warrior sets or something on one glam. But I cannot for the life of me remember for sure if that's true or not. Well, add time on Twitch. That's fine. I'm just running around doing normal random stuff anyway. What the hell? How come I can't hit this dude? He's not that far. He was that far away? That's insane. Looked like he was barely a foot away from me. Get cleaved, you stupid turtle. No. Crab, no. Whatever the hell these things are, mollusk or whatever, I don't know. Whatever these types of things are called again. Ugh. Piece of fighter's armor. Alright. That's in the shroud, which I think would be actually closer, so let's start there. I don't remember if this would be the one where they're going to force me to equip the armor when I go talk to him or not. Doesn't matter. I'll just wait until the game, like, forces me out of the dialogue and says, no, equip the armor now, and I'll do it then. That's the same thing I did with Scholar, honestly. I was just like, can I get away without actually ever equipping this? And eventually the game was just like, no, put it on. And I'm like, fine. And I put it on for one cutscene and then took it off immediately. Because who gives a shit? I don't want to wear it. I didn't craft it. It ain't mine. I don't want to keep it. Throw it in the glam dresser. And pretend it doesn't exist. Peace. Horizon. You know what? It'd be better if I Use a Vesper Bay ticket to just head there. I'll be closer. They give you so many Vesper Bay Aetheryte tickets at this point, man. Nowadays, they just give you 1 billion Vesper Bay Aetheryte tickets to be like, there, is that enough for you? What do we have here? Crafting tone, glamoring items. Clear prisms, maybe. These extra glamour dispellers. Like, one of the better things to buy, but I can't keep track of which ones I bought normally and which ones I bought for the payoff for the classes, so I never use them for my, like, class payments. Up and over. Just completely ignore your stupid geography. Just fly right over the top to get to where I need to go. Realistically, this armor set might be decent for me to use if I was willing to use it, but I'm not, so... Again, it's basically worthless. Although upgrading my axe from a level 38, I think it is, axe will definitely be something that helps. I wonder which one I should use, though. Is there a couple axes? Yeah, actually, there is a 110 axe I think I could use as well. It'd be nice to craft one of, like, the extreme ones or something. Those are even higher eye level, I believe. Those are, like, 130... No, actually, are those 90-something? What are those again? Oh, yeah, these are 95s, but are these the ones that are glowy? I think those are. Are those really only 95s? Huh. Nothing here. I need more recipes to get the actual, like, weapons and stuff. I need more recipes. I don't have the Mastercraft 2s. That's part of the problem. There's, like, the heavy Wolfram, that sort of stuff, I think is the stuff that you craft. It's the one... No, those aren't the 110s. The 110s would be a Mastercraft 2 again. Augmented Wolfram, 90s and 90s. Okay. Yeah, so probably the 110 axe will be my best bet. Although, no, there should be a better one. I do think you can pull ones out of the extremes that are better stat-wise than that. Again, do not remember for sure. There's such weird, like, gearing system going on here in ARR. It's difficult to remember where you get the better eye level gears and stuff like that. Don them and show me them. Yep. He's specifically forcing me to put them on. Here's this half-ass set that literally doesn't even have a top, so I don't know why you're telling me to put them on. Armor so becomes you that I could not tell, blah blah blah. I too have found one of the relics, but I've run into an unexpected Don the piece, I felt nothing, as if the lost treasure were no different from the unadorned replicas already in my possession. Power's been lost to it, or must needs be awakened by means yet unknown to me. Yeah, actually, you do kind of need to awaken the power of the relic item or whatever, but I'm never going to do that. You can, in fact, augment your artifact sets, and then they become dyeable, which is cute, except I basically don't care about any of the artifact sets. I don't really use them for glam. And so they currently can go in the armoire, which takes them out of my, leaves them out of my glamour dresser, so they're not taking up space in there. but once you augment them to make them dyeable, they can't go in the armor anymore. So it's like, why would I ever bother augmenting them? Augmenting them is literally just a net negative to me. I don't care about using them for glam, so I don't really care if they're ever dyeable, and now I have to take up space in my glamour dresser for them? Why would I ever bother to do that? Nope. Like, literally, nope. I love how they throw the armory chest in my face and be like, oh yeah, you want to put those in here, right? Like, nope. I never want those to go in there, thanks. See, look at this fucking Heliodor ring it's trying to put on. I don't want the fucking Heliodor ring. No one ever wants the Heliodor ring. Are you smart enough now? I mean, the Sapphire ring is certainly for the wrong role. The Sapphire ring is meant for a healer or a magic DPS. It was one of those two. I don't remember exactly. But, like, the stats are still better than the garbage Heliodor ring. Like, even for a tank, even the tank stats are better than the Heliodor ring. Bam. Get beat on so I can get this relic armor, and then I'm sure he's going to force me to equip it again, but the one thing I was not going to do was actually fight in this armor, so even though I'm sure taking it out and putting it back in my inventory is just a temporary step, I knew I was going to have to fight for this armor, and I wasn't going to do that with a piece of armor I didn't craft. And still, he hasn't... Oh, shit. I meant to undo that. I don't want to sort. I have my materia nice and sorted out manually. I don't want to auto-sort. I forgot I didn't want to do that. Thank God for the undo option. Like, it still doesn't have the top, so if he forces me to equip it again, that's dumb, because he literally is missing the one most important piece to actually see what I look like with it on. Resonance with the plating was too weak as to allow a proper connection with it. I think I know why. My soul crystal, it once burned bright like yours, but since the events at Wineport has been reduced to a lifeless husk. The tome is quite clear about what would happen with the powers of the armor to be bestowed upon one whose soul is weak. The inner beast would devour the mind of the wearer, would go on a mindless rampage that would end only with the mercy of death. I don't like the crazed fiends we battle. The armor sensed his weakness and refused to attune to him, basically. Cool. Great. Level 45 and Steel Cyclone. Is that a instant? Yeah, that's my instant for my AoE. Okay. Location of the final piece of relic armor. You'd seek the ultimate relic of my people? Consume the very soul of the most puissant warrior? Well, if you're truly convinced of your readiness, I will not be the one to stand in your way. The moment you feel yourself losing control to your inner beast overcoming you, cast the armor aside, except I never feel anything even remotely close to that. Good job being weak, idiot. Don't pester me with your weakness and your lack of conviction. I have an armor to go take. Yep. Is it in the cave? No, it's on the side of the cliff. I mean, I guess it is kind of in a cave, but not the one I was thinking of. Well, hello there, idiot. Time to get hatcheted by this tiny baby's little squeak toy axe. Bonk. 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 Like, I'm not even using any of my mitigations or anything. Because so much of these enemies is just like, nope, they're all just weak to me. Okay, now I have the full artifact set, I believe. Well, hello there. Hand it over. Uh-huh. Simply cannot entrust such a relic to an outsider who may be overwhelmed by its power. Nope. Words with me, then come. I will not run away. I love that. I totally earn it, and he's just like, no, no, no. I'm weak and pathetic and stupid and a coward, and I'm afraid you'll be taken over by the power too, so I'm gonna enforce my stupid weak will on you as well. I can handle the armor. I'm not weak and pathetic and a coward like you, idiot. Like, I wouldn't normally rag on him too much. I'd still joke about it, that's for sure. But I wouldn't, like, straight up be like, why you have to be such a coward and pester me with it? Like, if he didn't bug me. It's like, if you just let me to keep that armor, I wouldn't just outright call you a weak, pathetic coward. Because that's what you are. Trying to enforce your will of, no, give me the armor. You're going to be taken over by it, so I refuse to let you have it. I won't let that happen to you. It's like, shut up, I can handle the armor. Shut up, you whiner. I can handle the armor unlike you. I had no choice. Whatever. The power when I do not even trust myself. Yeah, well, if you don't trust yourself, then you should have had no say in whether I get the power or not. Piss off. Don't attempt to don the plate again either. Nor will anyone. Like, just because you're pathetic baby with no strength whatsoever and no discipline doesn't mean I can't handle the armor. The whispers of the village ancestors. And they tell me to inflict OGCD violence upon the world. How to quit you. Infuriate. Nice. I'm gonna get infuriate. Cool. I'll be able to use my horrible, horrible axe-smashing rage more often. Which we must discuss. Now is not the time. Time for bloodthirsty creature terrors. The small folk receive word. The self-same monster has been sighted near Wineport. More according to those who managed to escape the carnage, the creature appeared more man than beast. To prove to the people of Wineport, the world that my tribe and my art have been wrongly judged, except for the fact that the person who's raging and dealing damage to all these innocent people is literally someone from your village using your art. So my tiny little baby is gonna drown in these cutscenes because these idiots insist on having me meet him at the waterfall. Like, do you not understand I'm a tiny, tiny petite? How dare you meet me in what's like ankle-deep water for you? I'm gonna drown! Hello there, Captain. You know, that once war. Our village noise is drawn by the great hairy beast. Must stop them. I will Loyalty to the beast. Except you're weak and pathetic and a coward. Like, never gonna let him live it down. He insisted on stealing from me. He insisted on making his weakness my problem, which means I am going to forever remind him of his weakness. That he's weak, pathetic, and a coward, and he made it my problem. Oh yes, I have my follow-up. I'm so used to just not having my 2 on my AoE combo that I'm just not using it. Even though it gives me a freaking damage buff. Damn, someone's using that stupid voice. Someone's using that crappy voice. That... Oh! Oh no! Crazy berserker men! Red! Uh-huh. Enemy lies within! Take control of the beast. Do not let it consume you! Yep. Your whole family line is weak and pathetic. Whatever. To restore. Fate of our people rests in our hands. This would cost us everything. Yes, so beat him up. Chosen me to lead our people to glory, and no one shall stop me. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of, that's some major ego you have there. Good job, idiot. You just lost control. You're weak and cowardly and totally overwhelmed by your own beast. Good job, moron. You've made it our problem now. Tribe's greatest warrior. I am the master now. Okay, time for me to beat this idiot's brains in. Luckily, he's got very few brains for me to damage, so it's time for me to just cave his head in. Tear for your bloody corpse. Weak, pathetic, cowardly, and totally undisciplined, and he's making it my problem. Bored now. Fed by the blood shed, inner fury manifests. Inner fury. Am I healing when I destroy the inner fury? Why is this one not destroying already? Or you not even destroy it? You just stand by it? No, you are supposed to hit it, I think. Oh well. Somehow I got level 51, whatever. Literally just standing near it, it looks like. Oh, it looks like what it's doing is healing me, so that may be worthless. Yeah, it's literally just heals when you get close. Boring. No one cares. Oh no, he home ganged me. Oh, boo-hoo. There, get shielded. Like... yeah, sure, you home ganged me. Who cares? I don't even need the heals, man. Like, they created all these heals. Ooh, inner rage, though, on the other hand. Nascent end. Was that just literally another heal? All these worthless heals I don't need. Boom, idiot. Get your skull caved in, moron. Give me my armor, weak coward. Failed. Yep. Miserably. Failed miserably. Go would have become my brother, but did everything I could to deny it. Stronger than he, the people would see his madness as the product of a weak mind, except that yours was weak too. So it's growing weaker and weaker. Not let go. It drove me as it drove my ancestors. Yeah. Seeking ever more strength, they fell victim to that which we lost. Yeah. Yes, I know. And refusing to acknowledge your own past or accept your own guilt in it and just seeking more and more strength, you've all just become obsessed with your inner beasts, basically. Whereas I, on the other hand, am so undefined as a character as to have no real emotional outbursts of any kind whatsoever as a warrior of light, which somehow makes me quite a bit stronger. Like, I love the idea that they can't be bothered to have the warrior of light have big emotional outbursts. Actually means I'm a very good warrior because I never lose myself to my inner beast because they couldn't be asked to animate that. So myself, none of this need have happened. Start over from the beginning. Uh-huh. Time together, my brother and I will restore our village to its former glory. Great, good for you. Give me my armor and my skill and piss off for a long time until I bother to do the Heaven's Word quests. Oh, Jesus, lag spike. Again, for some reason. Whew. Hi, Fannin. Hi, Raiders. Welcome in.
Who's ready to rickety roleplay? Spoiler, it's you, baby.
Hello, Fannin. Ah, no, that one. That's the command. Stop mistyping. Stop fat fingering things. That's the command. Hello, Fannin. Welcome in. Welcome, Raiders and everybody. Looks like you were playing 14. What were you up to today, Fannin? Oh, mine goes good. I'm back on my, my free trial completionist challenge, blah, 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 whatever. I've been working on my relic, but my next stage requires me to get a metric ass load more materia. Finish helping in the Wookiee get herself an alpaca. Yep. So I need 1 metric buttload of materia. That's a technical mathematical term. And I'm not quite there. So I'm putting off the relic, the next stage of the relic, for another week while I grind out more spirit bonding for these stupid low-level materia that you just can't buy anywhere. And this week I was playing through... This week I picked up the classes I didn't have yet. So, actually, I already had Thaumaturge. Like Gladiator, Pugilist, Lancer, and Rogue. I just picked them up just to have them and sort of work on leveling them up a bit. And then I went through the ARR Warrior quest line, which I'm basically finishing now. I'm on the last quest in it. But hello, and welcome in, everybody. If you don't already following Fannin, go ahead and follow Fannin. Fannin is very fun to hang out with. Always doing, like, No Man's Sky and a couple different variety games, but a lot of No Man's Sky, which is very fun because he's always building crazy stuff or off on expeditions and all that sort of stuff. And he's getting back into 14 stuff now, so he's doing Dawn Trail, and he's still pretty early on in Dawn Trail, so if you want to watch someone playing through that. Hi, Mia. Thank you for the head pats. And anyone doesn't know me, I'm Ash. I'm your local idiot. VTuber dude who was occasionally a cat boy, but not anymore. Who's I don't even know now. Anyway, I'm doing a lot of 14 these days. I generally like to think of myself as a variety streamer, but because I have my main where I'm working on a lot of Dawn Trail stuff, and my free trial alt where I'm working on the weekly completionist challenge playthrough, I'm basically just doing a bunch of 14 these days. There will be more variety to sort of come back into rotation, but I still got a lot of stuff to do. On my main, I still need to go through Arcadian. I still need to go through optional dungeons. I still need to go through the role quests in Dawn Trail. Like, there's a lot of things I still need to finish off there. Throw stuff at him quick. Hi, Kiri. Thank you all for the head pats, and welcome in, everybody. This basically will finish up the Warrior storyline, and that's pretty much everything I'll need for the YouTube video this week, but I think I'll go on, because I'm only at 2 hours. He's my brother, though. Yeah. No, look, for now, I need to get some dinner and all that. Stop back later if I have a chance. Alright. See you later, Fannin. Have a good dinner and rest and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I've only been going for about 2 hours, and I think I'll probably go for like another hour or so. I'll probably be working on just like general leveling up some of the classes I picked up. I'll probably just go do some of like the hunt logs for those classes and things, and level them up a bit here and there. Tell Curious George as much that we'll be relying on him for his protection. Yeah. Now, if this whiny baby coward can finally give up and give me the artifact armor and leave me alone, so I can go and throw the artifact armor into my armoire and never touch it again, that is. I do like how big of a deal they make about the artifact armor. How, like, super important to the storyline it is, and I can't bear to let you have it, because I'm afraid it's going to take you over, because I'm a whiny baby coward, and it almost took me over, so I'm just refusing to let you have it, because it'll totally do the same to you, except not. And it's like, yeah, okay, fine, we worked out all the artifact armor stuff, now I'm going to go cram it in a dresser drawer and never touch it again. Like, never equip it, never touch it. Lamport would entrust his village's defenses to me. Thanks to you, I've rediscovered what I lost so many years ago. See to my brother's wounds, once he is well, will embark on the path of the warrior again. The moment I avowed this to myself, my soul crystal began to shimmer anew. This power! To think I once doubted your resolve. It's like the developers and the animators couldn't be bothered to animate the Warrior of Light losing himself to his inner beast at this point in the story, so, like, I'm fine. I can handle the armor. It's not going to take over me, because the developers were too busy doing other stuff to bother animating that. Boom. And done. Quests for Warrior, for Rome Reborn. In order to undertake the next one, you must finish off Heaven's Word. Yep. Also, there are a couple of other streamers in here. I am the Warrior. 1. Complete the Warrior Drum Card, blah blah blah, nothing special. Oh yes, I finished Uncut, which is the Odin fate. I managed to be in the zone when they happened to go off, and so I went there and just desperately tried not to die too often, because that's how Odin Fate rolls. I got a bunch of elite marks recently. I managed to finish off one of the Fate series, because I was just in the area at the time, and I've got a lot of Tradecraft Leave quests done. I think I need 1,000. No, I think I need 5,000. I think you need 5,000. 500, 1,000, 5,000. Yep. 1,000 Fieldcraft Leave. 5. Yep, you need 5,000 of each of them eventually. What a stupid series of fates that are of achievements that is. Anyway, we have some other streamers in here as well that I will go ahead and give shout outs to. Let me see if there's anyone else. Although even if there is anyone else in here as a streamer, they're not really talking, so I probably won't call them out if they're mostly lurking. Yeah, there's one or two other streamers in here, but they're not talking. They might be lurking. I'm not gonna call them out unless they want me to. But yeah, if you haven't checked any of these people out, go ahead and check them out. They're streamers and they're friends of mine, and they're pretty cool streamers. Oh yeah, the Warrior Armor Coffer, which is a set that I think I'm just gonna delete. Because this doesn't go in the armoire, right? No. Is it actually different? Oh, it is actually different. Huh. Anyway, that set's getting sold because I'm not using it. This stuff's going in the armoire because it can, and the actual 50 set's getting sold. Technically, what I have is hi, I'm new here. Hi, Kara. Hey there, Kara.
Hello there.
Hello, Kara. Welcome in. Pop back to... Yes, actually, if I pop... if I pop back to... Limsa, that'll work well. I can start working on the Rogues hunt log, I suppose, because that'll be in the right area for that. I'm good, Kara. I'm good. Just doing my usual stuff. Helping out the family, streaming a couple of times a week, and working on the weekly YouTube videos for this Completionist playthrough series. So pop up and drop all this crap off. Ba-da-bum. Freaking lag. Yeah, we were talking about the 14 mobile earlier. Like, I don't even know what they're gonna do with that, really. I mean, I can assume it's like, oh, it's just you're playing the game. But I think it's on its own server. You can't interact with the other servers, which means you can't interact with PC players or even console players, which means basically everyone who's playing it is going to be on mobile. And it's like, is that really going to amount to anything then? Because... Sure, some streamers are gonna like make memes about it and show it off and talk about it for a little while because it's content and that's what they're gonna do. But ultimately, at the end of the day, after a week or two, is anyone gonna be bothering to really play on mobile? I mean, maybe if they're on a train that they have to take to work every single day or something, they might play mobile occasionally, but like... I just don't see how it's really any use to them to have made a mobile version of the game. I mean, I suppose you could just look at it as blandly as, well, there wasn't a mobile version yet, so they may as well. I mean, you can port Skyrim to work on your frickin' fridge, so you may as well make a mobile version of this game. Kind of thing. It was like... I just don't see it being really impressive in any way, ultimately. Oh yeah, I also need, for the upcoming craft sets that I'm gonna do for getting Mastercraft recipes and crafting the gear, I think I'm gonna need like over 150 or something like that Razak sap. think that's the case. Let's just get a stack of it right now. That'll burn off some of my Grand Company seals, and I do know I need like hundreds of Razix sap for some reason coming up, but that'll work for now. And then I have my Alexandrite. I need about 20 more of those for the next stage of the relic, but that's easy. And the scroll. And all this stuff can get sold. Rogue. Pop down to sell some of this junk off. 24,000 seals for a full stack. Okay, so the Razix sap's not going to be too bad. It's cheap enough. It's still a lot of seals, and it's still a ton of Razix sap I need for some reason, but it's cheap enough that it won't be too bad. I need a bunch of other materials, too. I don't remember what all they are. I mean, first and foremost, I need to craft a bunch of dark steel. I think it's the hooks or the wire or whatever, which I can then turn around and sell for Fieldcraft Demi Materia 3, which I need a bunch of that in order to work on the just getting the Mastercraft books. Middle, middle, lower, lower, middle, 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 lower, lower, middle, middle, middle. Okay. All middle and lower. Should I start at lower then? Yeah. Let's start on lower. And work our way up toward middle. Come on, bruh. I believe you can load. So load. There we go. A bunch of stuff sort of all over the place here, don't I? That goes there, that stays there, that stays there. Hide and trick attack, yes, true north goes here. Throwing dagger stays there. Death blossom is here. 1, 2, 3. Mug goes there. Heals go there. Okay, bar set up properly now. Don't have any ranged attacks yet, so. Probably should be. Do I not have any food? That's pretty strong food for this. Whatever. That's like way stronger food than I really need for this. It's like level 50 food for a freaking level 1 class. That's just wasted, but whatever. Nice. Level, level, level. More and more levels. As quick as possible. This is in the wrong location here. Move that up a bit. There we go. That looks a little better. What level am I? 3? Okay. No big rush then. At least till 5. I don't think I have any better gear at least until 5. Probably not even till like longer than that, but we'll see. I think I put sets at like 10, 20, 30, like that, like every 10 levels. Might have some 5 gear though. But yeah, I really didn't bother to try and like craft a bunch of different gear for all my classes all the way up, blah blah blah, or anything like that. I pretty much just spaced them out. Nope. What else am I looking for in this zone? Dodos. Those are north. Those are north. Those are north. Okay, this is all wasteful being down here. Everything I'm looking for is up north. Which makes sense because the enemies down here are actually higher level than all the other stuff up north. Oh, I got Gust Slash. Okay, so that's a 1-2 now. Does it really not have any chain abilities at all? Nope. They're so freaking skittish with chaining abilities together. I really wish they wouldn't be. Just chain everything together into PvPS combos, you know what I mean? Let me decide what I don't want to have there. God, I love Rogue. Even this early on when there's almost nothing to it, I love Rogue. I just love, like, the animations on Rogue and stuff. Cool, level 5. Anything? Yeah, there's a couple pieces. Give me back my ring, idiots. I love that they think unequipping the brand new ring and putting nothing in its place is totally better stat-wise. There's definitely some glitches going on in the game right now. Where, like, it doesn't recognize stats properly. And the, like, auto-equip stuff is just terrible. Yep. If only my stupid squadron could succeed at the mission just once, where they have a 2/3 success chance and they've fucking failed like 6 times in a row. If only they could succeed at the mission once in their lives and maybe move up to a point where I can start harvesting actual useful things. Whoa! Huh. Let's do it. Blasting him as hard as I can right away. Well. Like, better take care of this one while I'm out here and while it's out here. Kind of thing. No reason to bother poisoning him again. Seriously? Ah, fine. Smash him once. Cool. Back out to the hunt. I think the only thing I have left down here is the bats, right? Nope, I have the monkeys too. Calico mint. Whatever. There we go. And onto the bats. Nice. Couple of rank ups here and there. Oh no. Come to me and die, stupid bats. There we go. That takes care of everything down here. Time to head up to Middle Lenosha. I can at least knock out this, like, first tier on the rogue and snag him a few levels. Again, it's interesting leveling some of these classes, because, like, I don't know that I really care to play as some of the jobs, but whatever. Better to have them and not need them than need them for whatever reason and not have them. Cool, second win. Now I have a method of healing. If I can just push the jobs up to 18, that's where you really need to push them up to, is like 18. Like, the second you hit 18, it becomes almost worthless to be running the hunt logs. Do them, sure. There's achievements associated with them. There's some items you can get associated with them that you can throw in the armoire. Sure, go ahead. But, like, almost worthless. The second you get them up to 18, you're better off starting to run dungeons. Now, that being said, it's a little less so for a DPS class like Rogue. Dungeons are nice and easy when you're talking about leveling a tank or a healer, because you're probably going to get near instant queue times every single time you want to get into a dungeon, which makes them great. For a DPS, on the other hand, you're going to stand around half an hour waiting to get into a dungeon because no one cares. Like, no one gives a crap that you're a DPS and you want to run a dungeon. Why would they? No, you're always waiting on healers and tanks. Which is also why healers and tanks are basically always the adventurers in need on the list. Because no one wants to heal or tank dungeons, apparently. But even then, there's a better way to do it for DPS, rather than just running around doing random hunt log stuff. And that is to go into Palace of the Dead. You can get much better queue times because of the fact that they don't need the normal layout. You don't need healers and tanks in Palace of the Dead. It'll basically just wait and queue you up whenever 4 people are ready. Whoever those 4 happen to be, that's who they are. But, and the experience you get from it and all that stuff. Plus, you can be making progress in Palace of the Dead by doing this. Just by popping in with whoever and sort of running through it as you go along, and you're just gathering, like, ether pool and building up your abilities in there and all that sort of stuff. Which can be good if you care to do any, like, Palace of the Dead stuff later on. There should be a couple of targets here, yep. Oh, good, he shielded both of them. Which means I'm doing reduced damage to both of them. Oh, and I didn't even need this one. What's left here? Goblin fishers and megala crabs. Wait, where are the goblin fishers? They're... Wait, they're not there. They're not out there. I don't even remember where the goblin fishers are. Oh, I only need one of them as well, so they're probably some specific whatever. Dang it. Stupid misses. What level am I? 9. Yeah, I'm not really at a point to level up my gear again yet. Kind of a bad position to be in, where the enemies are over-leveled to me, and I'm at a point where I don't really have any gear upgrades. I need to level up one more time. Then I should have, like, a decent amount of new stuff to equip. At 10, I think I do have stuff there. Here we go. There. Should have a new set of stuff. Still trying to unequip my ring. Stupid fucking glitch. Whatever that is. Nope. I only have one new piece of gear. Whatever. Where do you even get a goblin fisher from then? Middle Lenosha, Summerford. So he's definitely up here. But since they only want one, I'm thinking it's not gonna be just a random enemy you can find sitting around. Maybe it's part of a fate or something. That'd be stupid, though. At tier 1 of your hunt log, they don't give you things that are normally only found in fates. Could they have done that? They did add rogue a little later than the original classes, so maybe they did something weird. No, see, there they are. I forgot there were even goblins in this area. Boom. Upgrade to the next tier of the hunt log, and I can hide now. Great, cool, but I don't have anything I can pair off of hiding, so it's almost worthless. Come on, Rogue 1. What? Oh, because that's 10. That was weird. I thought I hit 10 already. Whatever. Alright. Next. Lower, western, 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 lower, lower. Okay, so these are the other areas of lower, basically. Western, upper, lower. Well, I can start teleporting around them because the areas they want me to go to in lower are near the actual teleport location. And I may as well be leveling these up as I go. Again, if I get them up to about 18 or so. Actually, with a DPS, that doesn't matter as much. It'd be better to just, like, go into Palace of the Dead right now with a DPS. You need to push them up to 18 on your healers and tanks because that's the first dungeon you can get into. And at that point, you're better off running dungeons for leveling. Especially for, like, your daily roulettes and stuff. Those will get you nice big chunks. No reason for me to even bother sneaking around. It's cute that I can, but I've got nothing that really pairs off of that. Oh, also, I've got no daggers. I've got no new daggers. That's part of the reason I'm doing so little damage, too. Is I'm using the base daggers that they gave me for the class. Yeah, I'll need to upgrade those at some point. Yep. Discard them. I got about 13 minutes left on my food. I'll go ahead and run out the food buff and then head out. Roselings, sewer moles, nope. Nope. Morby moles. I remember where they are. Kern, I know where they are. I don't remember where the Morabee moles are. Come on, weak, piddly little daggers. You can do it. Can't believe that dude isn't attacking me. Like, he's literally, like, his vision cone is about 1 pixel away from me. Yeah, I couldn't get out of here because this stupid pole beside me actually has collision. Something that tiny and they actually bothered to give it collision. I could have just run through him, but then I would have run into this guy's vision cone. Not that that matters, I could handle both of them, but I just didn't feel like doing it. Now that Morabee moles. Where would the Morabee moles be? Oh, right here. Oh yeah, because you have moles that end up fighting against wolves, I think, here in a fate. Is that moles versus wolves? I can't even remember now. Oh nice, I have a, I actually have my mitigation now. Didn't realize that. This will be everything, and then it's out to Western and Upper for the rest of them. That's the other reason why it helps for a DPS, just to go into Palace of the Dead and level there. You don't have to worry about getting any of your gear anyway. None of it. All of your stuff in Palace of the Dead is based off of your Ether Pool gear, which you level up in Palace of the Dead. So you don't even need to bother, like, crafting any gear at any point. You just level, like, all the way to 50 in Palace of the Dead on a DPS, and then just make one set at the very end and be like, yep, I'm done. I don't even need to be doing this. That being said, I never really like to use only, like, one leveling method. Because I get bored. I get bored with doing the same thing all the time. So I always hate when it's like, oh yeah, just do this, and only this, the whole time, all the way to the top. It's like, oh god, no. Even if it's not as optimal, I'd rather do 3 or 4 different things at least. Oh, I only needed one of them. Oops. Alright, let's get in here. Wait, I don't have dodos? I thought I had dodos. Oh, I have the fat ones, not the wild ones. Okay. Alrighty then. About 8 minutes left on my food. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and run the food out and then be done for the day pretty much. It'll be a little sooner than 3 hours, but that's fine. Oh, cool, and there's my next target right there. What did I pick up? Ah. So nothing? Wasn't anything there. Or there. Okay, nothing, I guess. I thought I picked up a skill. Ooh, and I'm only like half paying attention to the game while I'm playing. This stuff's easy. This stuff's like super boring and simple. Oh, whoops, I only need 2 of those. Let me just head out. Next, pucks. I know where that is. Know where that is. Know where those are. I think I know where those are. And then these are both in Upper Lenosha. I'm not sure about the hedge moles. I know like exactly where all the others are. I'm not positive about the hedge moles. Pucks. I think the hedge moles are actually like right around here somewhere. Oh my god, game. Come on. Freaking lag, man. It's bad today. May as well switch behind him. Pretty much every chance I get just to ruin his ability to, like, block me. There's the hedge moles. Yep, they are right around here. Nice. All 4s. What was that one again? Reduce damage taken when flank. Who cares? Most worthless skill ever created for any class in the game, probably. Reduce fall damage. Fall damage is like an all or nothing thing, right? If there's an enemy around, you're probably gonna die because you didn't like register that correctly before taking the jump. And if there isn't, who cares? You're gonna take all your health and damage and then be fine. Of just like running through their legs to whack them in the back again and again and again. I don't even know if it really works or not in the like millisecond between when you hit them and when they turn. I don't know if you're actually registering on their back, on their rear. I mean, it seems like I'm hitting them more consistently, these enemies, which is good. That's basically the reason, is just to like prevent them from blocking or dodging everything. But I mean, it's a minor difference, if any. They really are blocking and dodging much less often since I started running between their legs. Mantises, I know where they are, and then the Upper Lenosha ones are over there. Like, I've been picking up a few different skills for Rogue, but a lot of stuff there's no reason for me to use. There's no real reason for me to use Hide, because it leads into stuff like Trick Attack and all that, and I'm not using any of those skills yet. Otherwise, you can kind of hide and walk around enemies, but who cares? I want to fight enemies anyway. Let's just beat these idiots down. And one more. Do I have any better gear here? I do. And again, the game is stealing my ring away because it's stupid and doesn't understand that it's better not to do that. That should be everything except for Upper Lenosha. You bastard. That's the one instance where being able to hide may have been a little better, but doesn't matter. I just flew away. Alright, to upper. I'll finish rank 2 of this. Yeah, it should be fine. I have like 2 minutes left, so my food buff will probably run out before I finish this, but this is easy enough to do, so I'll go ahead and finish rank 2 of this hunt log. At least then I won't be able to really press on, because I think it's going to want me to be level 20 to do that, and this is not going to push me up to 20. What am I here for? Wild wolves and bumble beetles. Bumble beetles are on the other side. Wild wolves are on the other side too, I think. I think that's the case. I believe the wild wolves are back near the waterfall. The beetles are a little further forward. But I think they're both on the west end. Ah, Nim. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, these are stone shells. There's the wolves. Not further back towards the waterfall, but definitely on this end. Yeah, I'm definitely pushing it here. Where I'm still using the daggers they gave me when I started as Rogue. Right? And I'm now fighting level 20s. I'm 5 levels below them and using, like, the worst daggers possible. I'm definitely pushing my abilities at this point. But I should be able to finish these last 2 at least. They're doing some damage to me, though. But luckily, they're stupid, and they do their dumb, longer cast ability occasionally as well, which is completely wasted. Yeah, I'm definitely pushing it at this point. Should upgrade my gear before I move on hunt logs anymore. Having, like, nothing for the road is hilarious. Okay, let's not go for any of them again for a second. Suppose I could throw my potions on, but that being said, I don't really need to use them. I can get through the fights, I just need to give myself a chance to heal in between them. And maybe let some of my abilities come back a little bit. I can take down this last wild wolf. I want to have some of my abilities back for the beetles, though. Because believe it or not, they're actually stronger than the wolves are. Fate, because there is a specialty fate in this zone that I keep missing because I'm not bothering to do it. Oh, this is poor maid's. Oh man, that is one of the fates. That is one of them. That's not the fate that I'm looking for, but that's the one that like leads into the fate I'm looking for. So that's definitely part of the fate chain. I don't really want to do it right now. Oops. Leave me alone, idiot. Oh, I still missed him even from behind. I'm actually missing him quite often, even from behind. They're definitely stronger than me. That's for sure. I'm definitely using garbage gear and underlevel to be fighting these guys. Wow, he's outpacing my healing? Oh, it's because he's missing and blocking everything. That's why I'm sitting here with Bloodbath on, not hitting at all. This guy might actually kill me. If I keep not connecting with him. Nope. That is crazy. That is insane. Some stupid beetle was just like missing blocking every single one of my attacks so that he could outpace me in damage, just ignoring my attacks and just completely destroying me. Is level 20. But there are other people in here. I suppose I might be able to do this. I'm still definitely like under-leveled and under-geared, more importantly, for this, but whatever. This will help level me up a little bit. Plus, like I said, this is part of the Fate series that I wanted to do, so since I keep missing it, I may as well do it while I'm here. Better get around to fighting these idiots while they're fighting off these stupid boxes. Who's damaging the box? This one. No, this one. Hit him. Get him off the box. Oh well, I guess I only really need to protect one. Wow, these rats are like outpacing me too, damage-wise. I could just come in here with my Scholar. In fact, that'd be smarter to just change to Scholar and then keep this up, but I figured I was already here. I'm of the level that I can be part of this fate, so I may as well. At this rate, they may end up destroying even the one I'm standing next to. Yeah, they will probably. Yep, they are. Crap, I'm gonna lose this fate because they're gonna take them out. Yep, fate failed. Because they took out the crates, and there's literally, I could not outpace them to taking out the crates, so they took out the crates. End of game. Like, end of the game. Fate failed, because I couldn't keep them from taking out the objectives. Oh well. Yeah, if I were smart, I would have just switched back to Scholar and just DPS the crap out of that entire fate. But I don't care. I wanted to work on leveling this class up, and I guess I just, don't get to do that fate then. Alright. Let's, Not worth it. Head back to Limsa. Missed a triple triad match. That's fine. I'm not playing those right now. Mr. Completionist, you missed a triple triad match. That's good. That triple triad match can just sit there and do nothing.
Money, money.
Thank you for the 1 bit. This triple triad match. That triple triad match can sit there for 1.5 years until I come back to do triple triad stuff. I don't know why when that popped up, it looked like it said $1 on the alert, but that alert should be bits. That alert should work. Ah, nerd. Thanks, Gary. Oh, man. Yeah, I think I need to go get some food. Maybe rest. For some reason, I'm yawning a lot. Like, I'm really tired. I don't feel all that tired, though. Yeah. But... Okie doke. Boom. Yawn. Big yawns. Yawn. That is enough for today. I will go ahead and I will call it here. And hopefully be back to the relic next week. Let me go ahead and pop over to... Nope. There we go. Let me go ahead and pop over to Twitch and let us see who is streaming. Find someone to raid so I can head off and take care of my after stream stuff and then get some food. Web fishing. 14 online, you can't know. 8 remastered. Well, that's a hell of a game to be playing. That's interesting. Metaphor, no. Outlast, no. Lethal Company, nah. More kind of buckshot roulette, no. Vein, you know, maybe. Huh. What's she up to? It's rare that I get a chance to raid her. Let's see what she's up to today. It looks like she's lagging like crazy. But otherwise, sure. Let's go there. Let's say hi to Rosie today. Let me grab the URL and drop it here. Boop, and boop, there it is. If you are getting left behind by the Twitch raid, or if you're on YouTube and you would like to say hi to Rosie with us, go ahead, hit that URL, and we will drop over there in just a second. I will be back Friday or Saturday, and I'm probably... Oh, no, you know what? I'm probably going to do Arcadian. I was going to say I'll probably be getting started with the role quests, but I really kind of want to do the Arcadian normal raids, so I'll probably be back Friday or Saturday this week, around the middle of the day, Pacific time, noon, 1, 2, somewhere around there, and I will likely be doing the Arcadian normal raids. I'll save role quests for later, but more Dawn Trail stuff on my main, that's for sure. I will see you guys then, and I will see you all later. Thanks for hanging out with me.